Basadai, breaking the fourth, and that in itself should tell you what it's about. But in the hands, it's not so much about an essence like that. It's about creating core concepts that you can filter then through into the rest of the project to improve. So I'm going to start with hand shoulder, and I'm going to, what's your name? David. Come over here. Yo. Hand shoulder. Itch. Knee. Zan. Shi. Go. And young. Right. So I think the key thing you need to think about when you're doing hand shodan is how do your feet move? Because this is your groundwork for everything else. So, in a forward stance, you should always be spinning on your heel. Back stance is a little bit different, and we'll talk about that when we get there. So for instance, and you're not doing this, but hopefully you will be doing this after I'm done. Remember what Malcolm Sensei was teaching about that compression? I can now compress in order to thrust. Right? Of course, hip action must be correct as well. Let's take movement number 3. How do I get back without doing this? Most of you do that, right? So what you need to do is transfer onto your back leg. You see what I'm doing? It's just about weight transfers. This way I've allowed compression back into that heel, and I can now spin on my heel. Why? Because my center of gravity is over my base. How do you spin on something and keep your balance if your center of gravity is not over your base? It's absolutely impossible. And now I'm going to go around again. I'm compressed, and remember the concepts you learned yesterday? I'm compressed, and thrust out again. So do you understand this? And I watch hand shodan, and most times I see this, which you did. And remember my discussion about force? Where was my engineer? He was explaining vectors to you, right? You want your force going in the direction that you're going. So you need to turn on your heel. So in hand shodan, we're going to break up the movement into 2. So 1 will be 1. 2 will be 2. 3. 4. And so on. You got the idea? We're going to focus solely on getting those feet right. Let's try.